Maitreya, and I come to restore the Christhood of America. Maitreya in the heart of the goddess of liberty, in the hearts of all cosmic beings, devotees, light bearers in all octaves. I am that Maitreya, I am that cosmic Christ, and I come first and foremost to restore you, the light bearers of America and the world, to that God estate of your individual sonship. Oh, hear me, beloved ones, and come with me to that place of your Christhood. Please be seated, beloved ones. Now visualize the secret chamber of your heart, a beautiful altar set by your holy Christ self and high priest. It is a magnificent altar, and it is erected according to the style and design and preference that comes forth out of your own causal body of light. Should you see this altar with your outer eye or your inner eye, you would say, beloved ones, this is just what I wanted. And so, beloved, you did want it until you saw it. Now you no longer lack it, for it is indeed your very own altar, tended by your very own high priest. Beloved ones, I say to you, rise to the standard of the Christ in you. Remain seated, but let your soul rise. Rise to the level of the true person that you are, to the true dignity and the honor that life has given to you. Oh, such a mighty bestowal. Walk then in the dignity of your Christ self, and use the mantra of Padma Sambhava. Use that mantra, beloved ones, and let it ring in your soul and your heart. This mantra is sufficient that you might be obedient to Lord Gautama each day. Give it 33 times and celebrate your soul's ascent each day to the secret chamber of your heart, to the altar of being. Life is empty when you do not do this, and yet when you do not do it, beloved, you do not even know just how empty your life is, or how full it can be when and if you enter into keeping your appointment with Maitreya, with Gautama Buddha, with the Bodhisattvas. Give it 33 times, beloved ones. Om, Ah, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Padma, Siddhi, Hum. In the victory of the God flame, become who you are, and no longer walk the earth, subduing yourself to any human consciousness, any carnal mind, any individual who would have you, whether your soul or your body or your wealth or your wife or your children, etc. Beloved ones, judge then by the judgment of your Christhood. Why do individuals approach you? And if they approach, for the reason that is the right reason, then give to them of the life and living waters of your Christhood. Daily, I say daily, merge with and celebrate your holy Christ self and your threefold flame. The songs to the holy Christ self are truly inner hymns of the heart. They are beautiful. Sing them. Give the mantras of the threefold flame. Keep my flame blazing. Oh, if you only knew how often you are in danger of snuffing out that threefold flame, you would sing that mantra daily. Beloved ones, if life is not permanent here, then non-permanence and its non-permanent state ought to give you pause and serious concern. And if you are in the very wrong place of consciousness, you should understand why you have anxiety. Why I would be anxious myself if I had not forged and won that link that is the tie to my Guru, if I had not made my peace with God, if I had not confessed my sins and written my letter of confession to receive that penance. Beloved ones, it is necessary that you see yourselves aligned as anchors of God in the earth, and the mighty anchor showing the cross of Christ. And that anchoring and that anchor, beloved one, is the power of God in you, whereby you walk right on the right path and you walk straight. And you raise the Christ up in you, and all who desire that Christ, all who have the capacity to see that Christ, will love you and will come unto you because you raise it up. And then again, beloved, because you raise it up, all who have enmity with Christ, all who hate that Christ, they will revile you, they will persecute you, they will do it again and again. And I, Maitreya, say to you, so what? Be tough. Be tough, students of Maitreya, and understand that this will continue until that Christhood becomes so fearsome as Vajra, 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 Vajra. So, beloved, when you become that presence, the majority of them will flee, and they will flee rather than persecute. For they have been forewarned by that mighty aura that extends and extends. Beloved hearts, this type of pain is not to be avoided. This type of pain must be dealt with directly by the fire of the heart, by the love of God, by the violet flame and the violet flame Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. After all, beloved, there is not anyone in this congregation who does not have personal karma this day. Therefore, recognize that many come, that you might accelerate the balancing of your karma. Do it now. I have a plan for every one of you. I have a destiny that I will help you fulfill. Let's get on with it. Let's see that acceleration. If you cannot find any karma descending upon your head today, then give the violet flame, and let the violet flame go out and meet tomorrow's karma, and the next day's karma, and the next year's karma, and clear the way until the entire circumference of your universe is cleared of that karma, and you are free to act purely as the Bodhisattva, and in the givingness of your heart, and the expansion of your heart, and the guarding of your heart, for the little ones who need you, for the light bearers who will call to you, beloved ones. Do not give away 1 erg of Maitreya's energy, of your Holy Christ Self's energy, to those individuals who are a bottomless pit, who will swallow it up, who will drink and drink and drink from your fount until they are full and you are dry. Now what kind of a circumstance is this, I say? It is not good. So you are given light to increase your strength. You are given light in the day when you do meet the adversary personally of the embodied Antichrist. Therefore, let there be the concentrate of light, that you are ready, ready to heal, ready to rebuke, ready to love, ready to be who you are when God says to you, "This day, my son, this day, my daughter, step forth on that dais and on that stage and proclaim to the world the word of your own Christhood." Oh, America, I, Maitreya, call to you today. I call to the souls of the good people, the God people. Rise to the level of the Sacred Heart of your Jesus Christ. Rise to the Immaculate Heart of your most beloved Mother Mary. Rise to the Immaculate Heart. Rise to the Immaculate Heart. Rise to her heart and love her, for she does contain in that heart the divine resolution for this nation and every nation under God. And when I say I will restore America to her Christhood, I am speaking of America as the I Am race. And the I Am race embodied in every nation, in every race, in every area of the planet. I come to restore that Christhood in you who have let it go down, and some have let it go down to the very ground, and you have lost that light. I am Maitreya. I come in the name Vishnu. I come in the name Krishna. I come in the name Maitreya, Maitreya, Maitreya. For I am that I am Maitreya, and I am in the heart of all Buddhas. And therefore all Buddhas rejoice as they take their positions around the earth. And there is such an Korona of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas this day circling the earth, beloved ones. You would see, therefore, if you could see the spacecraft vanish, disappear in absolute fright. They have flown. Blessed ones, understand this. They do not come nigh the Buddhas. You are the Buddha. The seed of Buddha is in you. Water it, raise it up, become it. Do not delay. The greatest problem of the students of the Ascended Masters is procrastination of your Godhood, which is here and now a cosmic reality. Now let me say, watch yourself this day and tomorrow. See what your actions are and what they are not. Pattern them after the actions of the great Avatar, what you know very well that Jesus would do, Krishna would do, Lord Gautama would do. Watch yourself and see how close, by the vibration of the love of your heart, you can come to your idea of what is that true Christ manifestation of yourself. First and foremost, be kind. Simply be kind. Be kind in word, be kind in the generous giving of yourself, be kind in your thought toward others and not critical. Be kind in your feelings, be kind in your demeanor, and think of kind things and helpful things to do. You are in a positive spin when you make kindness as the quality of the Buddhas, your first and foremost thrust, whereby you encounter, meet, and talk with people. Let kindness then become compassion. Let compassion fulfill the law of the Bodhisattvas, and let compassion be unto the light bearers, and let sympathy not descend in agreement with the dweller on the threshold or the carnal mind of anyone. If the scheme is wrong, it is wrong, and say so, and be done with it. and do not toy with a compromise of the law. If something is right, and it is right, then stand for it, and be certain that you know which is which. Beloved ones, the first point of restoration of the Christhood of America, the I am race of the world, I say, is the restoration of right music and right sound. Music and sound can carry the heart and the soul to the octaves of its source. Great music has come forth out of the higher octaves in all centuries, and very good music has come out of these planes. That is ascended master music that you use. Beloved ones, it is not a question of denying rock music and rap. It is a question of displacing it. Displacing it, I say. Rock music, rap, and every other kind of dissonance out of hell, I tell you, is an addiction, a very deep addiction. It is the addiction of the Kundalini that is driven downward instead of upward. How do you liberate a soul from that addiction? Well, beloved ones, I will tell you the same story, and I will tell you again and again. There is a false hierarchy that has pervaded this dissonance out of death and hell in the earth, and pervaded unto the children in their midst. And that false hierarchy can be bound and taken by the call for the binding of the dweller on the threshold, by the call to the Dhyani Buddhas, the Buddha of the Ruby Ray and the Ruby Ray calls. Yes, beloved ones, the fallacy is to think that the situation is insurmountable. Return to the one God. How many gods are in this room? One God, absolutely omnipotent. And therefore you see that one God, as in the person of Elijah, can swallow up all of the false gods, all of their attempts to deny the living God and the true God. One God is all, one God is powerful, and the many voices that come out of the fount of your Holy Christ self can overflow now and go directly into the core of the seed of the wicked and their entire false hierarchy out of death and hell. And believe you me, the personages of death and hell down to the very 33rd level are listening to me now, and they are listening to this messenger, and they are trembling in your presence because they know that you have the key to the undoing of their grip hold on the youth of the world. They are already taking counsel against you to create an antidote to the very power of God within you. Listen as I tell you what it is. It is, beloved, simple forgetfulness. Forgetfulness that God is in you, forgetfulness of the power of the Word, forgetfulness that you are one with a messenger who embraces you with all of her heart and soul and mind, and therefore you cannot be divided from God. Forgetfulness that decrees work, forgetfulness that you are a part of a worldwide body that is called the Great White Brotherhood, that you are one as you are a keeper of the flame, and you keep that flame with all ascended masters, archangels, cosmic beings, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Elohim, elementals, and the very tiniest angel, your own body elemental, and one with the other through the heart chakra. You are one, beloved. This then is the plot, to allow you to believe the lie of separateness, aloneness, apartness. The problem is so great, what can I do about it? I might as well not decree. The problem is too big for me. Well, indeed, it is too big for the lesser self. But with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Remember Igor, the unknown saint who kept the vigil with the Blessed Mother of Jesus during the Bolshevik Revolution. Blessed ones, that single isolated saint, keeping the flame and keeping the tie to the Blessed Mother, did prevent untold millions who would have been engaged in bloodshed and would have perished. Think what you can do when the aura of God merges with your own, because you are right with God, you are right with your soul and the masters, you are right with the messenger, you are right with love, and through the mantra, through the decree, you are congruent with your mighty I Am presence. No matter what it takes, no matter what you have to turn your back on, no matter what habit you have to give up, I say make it your business, every keeper of the flame this year, to see to it that you cut all ties to anything that is a tie to death and hell, including all of that sugar. Forgetfulness, separateness, aloneness, the decrees don't work. These thoughts are hammered on the brain and the soul. Worthlessness, I should be normal. I should be doing other things that other people do. I should have a balanced life. Well, I tell you, beloved, souls are dying every day. Bodies are dying every day. And the Mother of the world is praying daily for those souls on the astral plane. You are praying, the messenger is praying, but beloved hearts, many die because they entered the road of the downward spiral of this music of death and hell, and therefore were pulled down into every kind of drug, every kind of addiction, including sexual addiction. Beloved ones, considering the youth of the world, by the time they are 20 or 22, they are spent, and look, the age of 40. What is this world coming to? I say it is coming to death and hell, and I say, God in you is the power to reverse this spiral. And when you get a hold on that dweller on the threshold of this false music, you will begin turning around everything else. Beloved ones, there is no exception here. You have come to Maitreya's mystery school. You have come to the heart of the inner retreat. I have given you an instruction. I pray you, do not make the karma of failing to call daily for the binding of the dweller on the threshold and the entire false hierarchy of death and hell, of rock music, rap music, and all of the rest, including the drug culture. Now, beloved, consider the meaning of the scripture from the Lord Christ. With man, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. You see, if you are not in the God manifestation and in the God vibration, you are not with God. Things go wrong, they don't work. Schedules get off. You are here when you should be there. and you encounter all kinds of opposition to what you are trying to do. The telephone is ringing off the hook. This one wants this one wants that. Yes, beloved, it is because you haven't taken time in the morning to be that God manifestation. I speak to the recalcitrant ones who have denied their early morning calls for many years. Blessed ones, with man nothing is possible. Let the Son of God reject the human and become the God-man from the point of awakening to the point of falling asleep. Then all things will be possible to you. Write out your map. List what you determine will happen in your life. Pour your energy into those specific pots. Nourish the flame. Repeat the call. See the blueprint. Expect miracles and pull down the substance to make it happen. You know the teachings on precipitation, of supply, of projects, and of all that you need to make your ascension. Apply the teaching. We cannot apply it for you, but we can answer through you every call you make. Thus, beloved ones, no more forgetfulness of self, of who you are and who the ones on the left-handed path are. Make no mistake. Try the spirits of people in embodiment. Try the spirits that whisper in your ear to confuse you. Yes, beloved ones, you are capable of turning around the world. The only question is, will you do it? Yes, the judgment has descended. The fourth woe is integrating with the people, and the people are angry. Yes, clean out what is before the eyes of all people through the motion picture and television industry. Clean it out with Hercules and Amazonia. Lend your arm of the power of God to put down these fallen ones who recreate fallen Atlantis, Sodom and Gomorrah, and even worse, and put it before the eyes of children and people. This is the pulling down of the goddess Kundalini. It does cause depravity, insanity, perversion, and the death of the soul. By the same reasoning, by the same power one with God, be this body of light. O beloved, prepare yourselves to be brides of Christ, to be a communicant of Church Universal and Triumphant. It is a level of commitment that is not too hard for any of you, and yet that solid commitment enables you to have greater strength, and the strength of a greater chalice, the chalice of the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which you become a part of as you uphold the descending light of the Church of Heaven made manifest in the Church on earth. Who and what is the Church? You are the living Church, each one of you the temple of God. That is the only true Church on earth. When many souls of light have the temple of the living God and determine to come together and make themselves white cubes in that temple, then the edifice begins to rise in the etheric octave which it is doing. And for some of you, your white stone is missing, for you think you will lose something rather than gain if you so declare that level. That level of declaration, beloved ones, is not to a human church, but it is saying, I am a part of the mystical body of God, of the living Christ and the living Buddha of planet Earth. I desire to anchor that presence and that body and that light tangibly and physically as a commitment I desire to make in this octave. See then how the true spiritual cities come to you when you come into alignment more and more each day with your God. Beloved ones, it is surely the hour and past the hour to concentrate certain services for the binding of the dweller in the threshold and the false hierarchy of death and hell through abortion, abortionist, and the abortion laws. Abortion is first-degree murder of God within the womb of the mother. I ask you to rescue mothers and fathers and children from the big lie that abortion equals rights, constitutional rights. This, beloved, is the turning inside out of the entire intent of God from the beginning. As you have been told, beloved, so it is true that abortion is the critical factor in this nation and all nations, for it does create such a karma that it makes every nation vulnerable where it is practiced. May you quickly deliver the earth of this false notion and the diabolical lie that what is wrong is right, that it is right to kill the child in the womb. It is murder, beloved, and so is the karma for such action. Let the enlightenment go forth. Let the illumination go forth. Let the victory flame go forth. Let us not see on the astral plane fields and fields and fields of white markers marking the place where souls have been denied life. Let us see these records cleared. Let us see all souls who have ever been aborted in this century have their opportunity to come into life, to know God, to fulfill their reason for being, and deal with their karma. I am Maitreya. I seal you in my heart. I am the warrior this day, and I go forth with legions of bodhisattvas, Kartikeya. I go forth for the rescue of all life. And I say, beloved, help me, and let us have this victory. We have to have it.